here we are at the end of 6 hard days of fishing. We're just leaving Shearon Harris Reservoir at the end of the Favorite Fishing Stage 3 Raleigh presented by Evinrude. We have the Champions Trophy, and more importantly, we have the champion, Jacob Powroznik. Brand new shiny trophy, $100,000 first prize. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a Bass Pro Tour champion?
You know, the best part about it is I'm the third one, you know, so it's something that, you know, somebody can't take away. You know, Jordan Lee won the first one, they can't take it away. So, you know, Edwin the next one, and it's awesome, man. I mean, these guys are vultures. I mean, they're lions, you know. Yeah. They don't take nothing, they don't hold nothing back, and to beat those guys, you've accomplished something, and that's for anybody that wins one of these. I mean, because there's no giving up, I can tell you that, you know. And the best thing about the format, that you know what everybody has, so it's I mean, you're gunning all the way to the end.
Let's talk about that, specifically your third period on your championship day. You go into the last period, you're down by 9 pounds. Jacob Wheeler is ahead of you by over 9 pounds. And you put 32 pounds of bass on Score Tracker over the course of the final 2.5 hours. You made joking references to your blood pressure medication. Clearly, this is a tough sport, right?
You know, I knew the fish, what they were doing. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it took a little bit that morning, you know, because I never came over here and rode around. You know, I've been here a couple times, and typically this time of year, the way the water temperature was, they're going to be around that grass, mm-hmm. whether they're spawning or just sitting there or so. I had to figure out what kind of temperament they were in, mm-hmm. and I started off with a buzzbait. Yep. I went down the bank, and I threw a buzzbait up on the bank, and the first one, I spooked it. I said, man, they're way too shallow for a buzzbait, you know, in my opinion. Yep. And so I pulled out a floating worm, went to the first clump that I got to, and one bulls it. And I'm like, man. But it was so dark, I didn't have my sunglasses on. Right. And I turned around and kind of fished around for a minute, nothing. I said, well, it might have been a carp laying up there, you know. Well, I was just starting to pull away, and I seen it swim back up there, really? Come across the light spot, and I was like, I mean, it was like, ding, there they are, you know. So I tied on, you know, I had a wacky worm rigged up, and every time I've ever been here before, that's what I caught them on. Yep. You know, if I couldn't see them and actually sight fish them, yep. they would bite that wacky worm weightless, and it was a V&M chopstick, just green pumpkin, straight yep. green pumpkin, and I dyed both ends. To get back to the 9 pounds, you know, that was one bite here on this lake. That's right. You know, that's the whole thing. So, you know, Jacob had caught an 8.5, and I said, man, I just got to keep my mind in it. Don't worry about the Score Tracker. Just do what you need to do, and let it all fall at the end. And it just ended up working out.
Let's talk about the course of your entire week. You caught 2 8-pounders. You put 2 8-pounders on Score Tracker in the same day. Have you ever done that before in a competition?
No, that's the at Okeechobee one time. Well, I did. I had a 9 and an 8 at Okeechobee, but that was typical Okeechobee. Yeah, sure. You know, it's always those down there. But yep. you know, to come here close to home like it was, those I figured that I would catch. I figured I was going to catch 2 or 3 of those at Jordan. Really? I thought everybody was. You know, the way it was setting up, and the water was up there where it needed to be, but we had that little bit of cold front come through, and it kind of shut those big ones down. But there was still a bunch caught, but it would have been ridiculous, you know.
Let's talk a little bit about just the fact that you had to switch to 3 different fisheries. Now, I know you're somewhat familiar with this area and these lakes, but that got into a lot of guys' heads. There was a great day on Jordan, and then on the Falls, which was not as productive. It was a little bit tougher.
2 months ago in February, you know, I came down and just rode around just to get familiar with it again. Because I mean, I've been here before, but it's not like I spend every weekend here.
Sure,
you know, so
right.
I just rode around. The water was up in the bushes on Falls. I mean, it was setting up to be a really good event. Then they sucked the water out of it. You know, it's gone. And what that does, it makes those fish get off the bank, and it makes them suspend. And suspending fish before they get ready to spawn are the hardest ones in the world to catch. And it showed. Falls Lake is probably better than Jordan.
That's what we
keep hearing. It was just getting ready to get going good, you know, when we left and went to Shearon Harris. So, you know, it was that was all about making the right decisions, keeping your bait in your hand and fishing, and just hoping and praying that you get a bite, you know. So
his entire week was about making it to Shearon Harris Reservoir for a chance to win the championship. And 63 pounds, 4 ounces later, he's got a new trophy And he is a champion. You've got a couple days off before Chickamauga. Enjoy it, Jacob.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.